Sparkle indeed. Hey, I think we are live, everybody. Welcome to Rogues Gallery Live. This is episode number 49, and I've entitled this one The Latest in Collecting News. We have some things that we want to talk about tonight, and we're really excited that everybody's here. I want to get started right off the bat with some introductions. And with us, as always, from Wayne Manor North, Mr. Dan DeFault is here.
Hey, guys. Hi, everybody. Welcome.
Welcome, sir. And we also have from the brand new Batman Premium format. If you guys watched the live unboxing last night, congratulations, Mr. Jeff Morris.
Hey, guys. He's back again.
Let's get a quick look at him right there. Boom. Looks good.
There you go.
Absolutely. Thanks, everybody that tuned in. We have almost 2,000 views on that video already.
Nice.
So thank you guys very much. We also have from Secret Sanctuary, of course, Mr. Jeff Delaney is with us tonight.
Hello, everybody. Great to be back.
And last but certainly not least, joining us once again, Mr. Eric B. is in the house.
Hey, guys. Glad to see Jeff made it back tonight, which means his Scarecrow made it safely back to the shelf. Thanks again, Jeff, for moving Scarecrow next to Batman. They both looked awesome together, and I'm glad you like them.
I do. I really do. I don't know, right near the last 20 or 30 minutes of the show, if you kept hearing the beeping going on, I'm diabetic, and my blood sugar starts to drop when I get kind of anxious about something and moving all of that and it always makes me anxious doing this, being on the live thing anyway, but my blood sugar kept dropping, and every time it would drop, the alarm on my phone kept going off, and I'm like,
now I feel bad.
Well, hey, we're really glad that you're still alive with us tonight, Jeff. And it kept going off. I thought you were just getting text messages.
No, it's a sensor, and it goes on. There's an app for it, and it reads the blood. It's a Dexcom. I'm sure everybody's seen the commercial for them. But every so many minutes, it sends an alert to your phone telling you what your blood glucose level is. And so when mine hits 75, it starts going off, and it was like 75, 74, 73, 72. Every time it was dropping, it was going. And then it started getting more because it was dropping. And I was like,
Well, I know Eric B. I think it was Eric that got a lot of flack for suggesting moving the statue, but apparently it wasn't him, right?
No, it was me, but I was mostly joking. I didn't think he was actually going to do it. I think a lot of people wanted to do that.
Sparkle.
Well, Sparkle, that's right. I think a lot of people were very, very happy that you took the risk to do that, Jeff, because it did look really good together. And maybe even sold a live pre-order. Do you want to talk about that, Dan?
Yeah, it took about 2 minutes to watch that live. It's one of those things, standing on the edge of the cliff, and it's like, I felt like Jeff was, Bugs Bunny, and I was Daffy Duck, and he just took the finger and went like this. That's about all it took. Boom. Yeah. No, I'm really happy for Jeff. It's always great when a piece comes in and it surpasses expectations. And this is one that I've looked at, and there's a lot of conversation in the past several months about the color on Ivy and how it's represented in photographs and video. And I think some statues, with the color can just be weird, when it's not in person. And so my hearing Jeff talk about the color blue and how it looked to his eye in person, that's all I needed. Somebody to, say that, yep, it looks great. It doesn't look too purple, or it doesn't look this, or it's great.
So it just goes to show you once again, too, don't judge based off of the first Facebook photos of any statue. Wow. Although, really, I think just about every photo I've seen of it looks great.
Looks awesome. Yep.
Yeah, every photo. I mean, I watched George's video last night or this morning, and the same thing he said was, if they had put both of them up to order at the same time, I probably would have ordered this one over the dark gray one.
we talked a little bit last night about the fact that this one was a little bit more, like $15 more, and it doesn't have the exclusives. One person live on the show thought it actually had a really good idea. They have the black one, and they're going to take one of the EX hands and paint it blue to match. So he has the EX hand. I thought that was kind of a cool idea.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to send me one, I'll gladly take it.
That's right. That's right. Well, that's pretty awesome. Well, Dan ordered one. Jeff Delaney, you're getting this one too, right?
No, I had it on order and I canceled it. I decided I have the black and decided I didn't need both.
Yeah, and Eric has the new 52.
Yeah, I used to have the sideshow PF, which you have
one right there.
No, I have the. So if somebody did paint the blue, obviously they're just going to paint the arm. You don't want to paint the weapon too. The weapon should be black. No.
Yeah, exactly. Just the hand, just the fist.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, congratulations again to Jeff on that. Jeff's going to film the review for our channel tonight after the show. So I'm really excited to see all of his thoughts and to see all the close-ups and everything, because I'm really impressed with what I see, and I'm really happy for Jeff to get it, and happy for you now, Dan, too, as well. It's awesome.
Sir.
Well, we already have 61 people watching. I want to give a shout out real quick to people that are already here. We've got Hugo Cardoso in the house. Good evening, BSC family. This is going to be fun. We've got Nathan Chaffman. Hello. Dylan Hicks, my favorite time of the week, Rogues Gallery time. That's awesome. Thank you. Levi's in the house. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Daniel Brunson says, hello, everyone. Glad to be watching after a 2-week hiatus. That's awesome, Daniel. Definitely check out our Halloween show if you haven't. That was a lot of fun.
It was fun.
That was something.
Yeah, it was something. It was. I'm hoping that becomes a yearly tradition. That'd be a lot of fun.
That would be good.
Elemento Popsicle says, hello. Hey, friends. Levi says, remember to smash that like button. Ryan, good evening all. Hello. Everybody's saying that they really love the Batman. Jeff, Poor Boy Collector's here. Slim Boss. Sean is here. I really like the show. We love to hear that. Thank you. Josue is here. We got Orchid Voodoo. I love it. He said he loves that blue tone. Yeah, it's beautiful. Arkham Gaming's here. Hello. We got Joe Latore II. Hello. We got Motor 18. He says, yo, Dan, Jeff's, Eric, Dan, and Chris bumps right back at you. Hugo says it was a fun unboxing. Congrats again, Jeff 1.0. Katie Cat 39 says, I'm finally off work to watch. Yay. And Katie was, of course, our featured collector this month. So thanks, everybody that's watched that video. That's been a really popular video as well and a great collector. So, Katie, thanks for being a member and for being here. It's awesome. Let's see if anybody I missed. We got Nitrous 17. Hello. We've got Ro Moreno.
Chris, Ro is asking if anybody's got the Bermejo Joker yet. And I think is Mac the only one so far? Kind of within our circle?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's not shipping from Sideshow yet.
Right.
It's still due in before Christmas, but God knows, you know.
Yeah.
But the one he got had the art print.
Yes, so he got it directly from Prime, and I had that on order. I know Dan had that on order, and we both canceled.
Yeah.
Because of the shipping. But so I ended up paying an ungodly amount for shipping for Bane from Prime 1, and I still do not have that. I know some collectors got it in that first shipment. I waited, I hesitated, and I finally ordered through Prime 1 because I don't think it's going to go up on Sideshow. But supposedly it's on the long boat here, and the tracking number comes up nothing. But I talked to Junior Statue Collector, and he said that when it gets to the United States, that's when the tracking loads. So,
Chris, is that EX? Is that low stock yet on P1 site? Do you know? Because that's
I don't. I can look it up, but
it's a short run.
It is a short run, but I think the price and the size probably.
Yeah, that's true,
folks.
That's a good point. It's a pricey one.
Because it, with shipping and everything, I think it was over $2,000 for me.
Oh yeah, it had to be. Yeah, so, I think it's 1,700, right? Or just the piece.
Yeah. So it's ridiculous. But a lot of people keep saying I'm going to wait for Sideshow. The Arkham City came up this week. We also had the Drown came up today. So everybody's kind of hopeful. I keep hearing that the Bane exclusive was only a regional exclusive to Japan or China or wherever overseas. So I am not that optimistic at this point. That's why I went ahead and ordered through Prime One, just for everybody's information out there. Let's see who else we got here. Let me see. We got Collectors Therapies in the house. Let's see anybody else. Let's see. Prime One shipping makes me sad. Yes, it does.
It makes all of us sad.
Yeah. My shipping from Prime One was $130 on what piece, Ro? Says I got the economy shipping from Prime One and it's in California right now. Well, that $130 doesn't sound too bad at all. That's awesome. Anyway, he says economy takes 3 months. Junior Statue Collector says his took I think a month and a half to 2 months, which not too bad, I don't think. But anyway, we got Dylan here. Hello as well. Hopefully, we've said hello to everybody. I wanted to do a surprise real quick. I wanted to do a surprise mini unboxing before we get started. How about that?
Yeah, let's do it.
And when I say mini unboxing, it's a mini unboxing.
It's mini.
Nice.
It's so little.
What's in the box, Chris?
So we're gonna see what's in the box.
What's in the box?
I got this for free.
Free. You don't hear that very
I'll
often.
tell you why. It's funny that this is about as long coming as you can get. So back in the old days of Sideshow Live, remember that show?
Oh yeah.
I don't even know if it's still going or not. But Sideshow Live, the old days with Susan, we all reminisce very fondly about those days. And this was probably maybe 3 years ago. I started saying how cool would it be if we had the Sideshow logo in a statue. And we kind of kept the joke going between a couple of collectors and myself. But I think I was the very first one to ever suggest it. And then they finally did. And all these years later, I have my Sideshow S.
Wow.
So I finally got it. Of course, the reason why I got this is because on their Spooktacular week, or maybe it was last week. What would have last week been? That wasn't Spooktacular.
That was New York.
I can't remember, but anyway, they announced last week that this was normally this is $50, and it was on sale $10 off with free shipping. So it ended up being $40, and I decided just to use $40 in points to get it for free.
Very good.
That's a good play.
And I know that they just changed their logo recently. It's kind of a more cartoony logo, but I'm really glad to have it. I thought it'd be neat to put on the bookshelf.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've never seen it,
That's pretty cool.
it's soft on the back, like felted, but it's a big paperweight. But there you go. So there's my mystery unboxing right there.
Hey, Chris, that reminds me of, and Jeff Delaney, you probably saw some of this. Well, I had the opportunity to go a few years back to San Diego, actually more than a few, 2014, and San Diego Comic-Con and the Sideshow booth, and they had some really good swag, Sideshow swag.
Mm.
So one of the things I have is this this USB drive, this Sideshow USB drive that they were given.
That's neat. Here, hold on. Let me zoom in a little.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
never
cool.
seen that.
So it comes apart, and they were giving those away at the booth, and they had these little tins about the size of an Altoid box.
Yeah.
And they were celebrating their 20 years, and they were giving away these Batman 20-year Sideshow. Whoops, wrong way.
That's neat.
Yeah,
Very cool.
Spider-Man. But yeah, they had good swag in the booth. That's what that reminds me of. Stuff.
That's really awesome. That's really cool, man. And sometimes, nowadays they kind of give away pins and stuff. You see some pins. I did get a free like Sideshow tote bag once when I ordered something. And it was like one of those like shopper bags,
Yep.
So that was kind of neat. So every once in a while they do some promo stuff. I know they do shirts and stuff, but anyway, I'm a fan of Sideshow, so I thought this would be cool to add to the collection. But the Altoid tin's kind of about the same size.
It looks about that. Yeah, that's a pretty good, About an Altoid size. And you know what's funny? I just realized, and I completely forgot this on the back, collectible USB flash drive. So this is the box that this thing came in.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris, I could do like a 5-second unboxing if you'd like.
Oh, you have an unboxing too? Let's do it.
Okay.
I like surprise unboxings.
Here's the box.
Oh, there you go.
Warner Brothers. I think it was made in the year 2000.
Wow.
Riddler. And here's the statue. You could hold it with one hand, twirl it around.
That's
Put it
cool.
together. Yeah, so this is the Warner Brothers Riddler 1/6 scale. So I plan to maybe use this as like a proximity piece to the Batman Sanity, or just put it somewhere in my collection. This way I have a 1/6 scale Riddler. You know, until Sideshow makes a premium format. That's Gotham's ass right there.
That's cool.
That would look really cool next to Sanity.
Yeah, like Jeff said, the idea of putting it next to Sanity is a really great idea. I actually have your photos from Facebook when we looked at photos later.
Okay.
But I thought that was a really cool idea just to have it, because everybody said, "Where's the damn Riddler?"
Yeah, I kind of had like the concept to make him like he's the mastermind behind this whole dream sequence that's going on.
There you go. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, was that a Warner Brothers store product?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. That's what I thought from the box.
Yeah,
because everything used to kind of come in the same packaging.
He's Greg Folks is mentioning that he misses those Warner Brothers stores. So do I. We had a good one here in Boston.
Yeah,
that was fantastic. It was a great store.
The main thing I remember, I was only in one, and I think it was in Denver. The main thing I remember is they had all of the cells, like the art on the wall. I thought that was really neat to see that stuff.
Yeah,
they had a lot of the one that was in Knoxville had a lot of. That's one of the first places I saw some of the Alex Ross prints.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they had a lot of those at one point. They still got high end. I mean, they had Ross canvases, big ones, and
they weren't cheap.
Some high end stuff. Yep, some of those are really pricey now.
Speaking of pricey, I did leave a Rose comment up here. Who is getting the Prime 1 metal line? And I'm going to defer that to Dan, since, of course, Dan has been the one that's been most conflicted on this. Dan, Drowned went up for pre-order today at Sideshow.
Yep.
Where are you at with your decision making with the metal line?
I am choosing not to look at the Drowned piece. I have not looked at it. So here's my thought on that. There were so many pieces in the Prime 1 next level event.
Yeah.
That right now I am planning on the Fabric Batman. I am planning on the new Harley Quinn piece. I am planning on Talon. I want to say there's one other. Can't think of it. But anyways, so I just can't imagine where they announced all those metal pieces. There's no way I'm collecting that whole line. I don't have the space. I don't know where I'd put all that. So they kind of made the decision for me, to be honest with you.
So basically everything you just said is pretty much what I'm getting as well. So my question to you is, I've been conflicted about the Fabric Batman and the Batcave Hush, and I know you're getting that. How do you plan to display those? Are you going to have them separated?
They are. They're going to be at opposite ends of my room.
Okay.
Yep. So as I know everybody on this panel knows, but for those who don't know in the chat, I had 7 Marvel Avengers pieces that resided in one corner of my collecting room, and I made the decision recently to sell those off. So I've made some space. Actually, it's space that's right behind me. I've got a couple of placeholders. I've got my Arkham Batman back there, but I've got enough room comfortably to fit 3 Prime 1 statues back there, and my intention is to at least put the Fabric Batman back there, and a couple of others. But it really kind of frees up that corner, and the Hush Batman will be in another corner.
Do you have any of the Marvel pieces left?
I do. I have 3. So I have the Mark III Iron Man maquette from Sideshow, the EX, 1 of 500 piece. I have the Iron Studios Thanos Infinity War piece, and I have the rare Falcon piece that I know my friend Jeff Morris, my favorite neighbor, has today. That he's got that Falcon piece from Iron Studios as well. So it's funny that the pieces that I thought would go first are the pieces I still have, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. But you are selling them. If anybody's interested, you can hit Dan up on Facebook. It's Dan Default. Or do you have an email address that people could email you?
Yeah. If anybody wants to email me, you can get me at dsd825@mac.com.
All right, say that one more time.
DSD, like Daniel, Sam, Daniel, 825@mac.com.
Okay.
That's
All
great.
right.
Thank you very much for that. And I appreciate it, guys. Anybody's interested, those three are available. And yeah, happy to talk, meet up if anybody's local, et cetera, et cetera. So, but anyways, I did made some good space in the collection, and that will, make up space for those new pieces from Prime One, but doesn't make enough space to put, 5 or 6, metal pieces beyond the Batman Who Laughs. So,
Right.
But that drown piece, man, I choose not to look at it. I just can't do it. I will end up pulling the trigger.
Yeah, it's the same process as having either you're gonna have Batman or if you're doing the Justice League, you gotta have the whole entire Justice League.
Well, trust me, Jeff Delaney's been the kind of the nudge on that for me. Every time I watch a review of his and I look at that Justice League, I'm like, oh my god. And yours too. I mean, yours too, Eric. I see you do your reviews and you got that beautiful display. I'm like, oh man. And yours, and the killer is, Eric, yours is different. Right? You've got the Prime One. Jeff's got the side.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you guys.
Yeah, so like Cyborg's not my favorite character, but I had to get Cyborg.
Gotta get him.
If you have the whole, you got to get him if you're gonna collect the Justice League. So it's the same thing with the.
It is.
The dark pieces. You can't just get one without getting the whole entire, because they're basically a version of the Justice League.
Oh yeah.
Except they didn't make the darn Aquaman.
Well, she's that isn't that the drown Aquaman?
No, I'm talking about yours.
Oh yeah,
52.
Oh, don't remind me about that. Yeah.
No, I just don't understand it.
And Chris, what's even harder is the death metal books that continue to come out. The stories are just awesome, just really good.
Oh wow.
The artwork is great. The stories are fun. It's a big, ridiculously bombastic storyline or set of storylines, and it's really cool. But
that's awesome. Well, I did tomorrow's video is I did a hit or miss on the drown piece, and I previewed her a year ago. It went up for sale at Prime One in February.
Yeah.
And I forgot that I even did it, but I decided to revisit it because after the Next Level event, it probably did kind of wake up some collectors to say, hey, this is now maybe on my radar again,
Sure.
with that, knowing that whole line is coming out.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. John T says, Chris, where did you get your Sanity art print? I would love to get one. Eric has the same print as well. Eric has the black and white, and I have the color. I can't remember what collector got those. He got them at a comic book convention, and it was I think the inker, right?
Yeah, I mean, if we're allowed to show it, I'll show it off if you want. It's up to you.
You can show it.
All right, give me a sec.
Collector's Therapy says, anyone see the XM Archangel photo that came out? Yeah, we're going to look at that tonight. I have that one loaded up. My financial planner threatened to throat punch me for my purchases. That might be the quote of the night right there. Anytime you say awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. Let me show. Bam, there we go.
Oh, look at that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
It's blurry.
That's
There you go. There you go.
it's in. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so this was so supposedly Reyes was at some convention and he was selling these when he wasn't supposed to be. He didn't have the license from XM. So they made, I think it was, this one they made 100. They also did a color version, which Chris has. I think it's also 100. Oh, there you go. I forget the guy's name that we got him from. I want to say Steven something, but I'm not 100% sure. I do have his name saved on my Facebook somewhere. But yeah, they're all sold out. Basically, you can't.
Yeah, long time ago.
Yeah.
Long time ago. And I don't know if obviously I don't think the Sanity came with an art print. So I wasn't sure what the deal was with that. Now, if they do come out with one, I think that'd be very popular for people that did buy it, but I don't know.
How many did they make of the colored? Is it 100 too?
Yes, 100.
Okay. Did yours come with a certificate?
I don't think it did. I don't have that same thing on the back.
Yeah, mine came with a little certificate.
I thought I thought yours was more rare. This was 16 out of 100. I don't know.
Yes, I don't know what the artist was charging, but the black and white was more money than the colored resale.
Yeah. Which you would think there'd be less prints.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Does XM include art prints with their 1/6 pieces, like their Justice League line?
No,
No,
they did not.
Yeah.
I have the Joker, Rebirth Joker, Jeff, and it did not come with a print.
Okay, so maybe that's why they didn't do it for Sanity, and maybe it's 1/6 they don't do it. I guess.
Maybe, yeah. It's a pretty small box, so maybe it's just that. It's a limiting feature. I don't know.
I think art prints would be nice. I know art prints used to come with a lot of statues, but then they started selling the art prints.
Yeah.
So like, why give it away if somebody's going to buy it? But I always thought that was a nice little perk to be able to pair up the art with the statue. And some people might not like the art, or art is always subjective. So, but I just thought that was a nice little thing they used to do.
Yeah, selling them.
The format used to, I think.
Slim Boss here says sometimes they do metal cards for XM16.
I noticed that seems to be a new thing, right?
Yeah. And I like that. It's kind of like a little plaque I think that was a neat idea too. But I don't know if it's hit or miss or if it's every piece.
It's not every piece. It's the first. There's a set number that's pre-ordered. Get the little plaques.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought I remember hearing that too. That if you order, it's like the earliest pre-orders.
It's the first 100, I believe.
Is that? Yeah, right. That sounds right, Eric. Yeah.
So,
Greg says you have to order in the first 4 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So with the XM Sanity, I think they made only 108 of the non-colored version and about 300 something of the colored version. So, it's hopefully good chances that you get a plaque with one.
Dan says, Hugo, you're killing me. That's because he says, I predict Wayne Manor North will be flooded with metal statues in 2021. No pressure. Oh I love it. Let's move on to our topic for tonight. We made the announcement this week for the Batsy Awards, the first annual Batsy Awards. I had been kind of cooking the idea around for a while that I really wanted to do something to celebrate, the best of the best in 2020. 2020 has been a rough year, to say the very least. And I thought that'd be kind of a neat way to, celebrate all the things that we've been collecting. And it's really been shocking when you go back over the year, how many amazing, great pieces were released in 2020.
Yep.
It's just shocking. So if anybody didn't see the video, let me kind of give you the background of what we're doing. So we're going to have the award show on Rogues Gallery Live, and that'll be in December. We haven't picked the date yet. We have the holidays. I'm kind of looking at maybe the 30th, but I don't know if everybody's available or not. So we'll kind of play it by ear. We'll let you guys know. But basically what we did is yesterday I posted every category in the Facebook group, Batman Statue Collector Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. I posted every category and just let everybody nominate. Now, I am going to leave the nominations up probably for another 2 or 3 weeks, okay? I'm going to put them in the announcement section. So you'll be able to find all of them in the announcement section, okay? I'll probably do that tomorrow, whenever you're watching this. So it'll be in the announcements, and you can still add to if you want. There was a lot of repetition in all the categories because a lot of people are predicting or a lot of their favorite statues are ones that we all like and we all have favorites. So the categories are best budget statue, best small scale statue, best large scale statue, best paint app, best bust, best sculptor or favorite sculptor of the year, best female and male statues of the year, best 1/4 scale statue, best exclusive, best base, best face sculpt, and then we also had best favorite company of the year, and then of course statue of the year. Statue of the year we're going to combine from some of the other categories and pick those for that category. But I thought it'd be kind of fun. We at least most of us kind of held back our thoughts on the. So I
did not follow instructions.
I have them right there with you. I too did not follow instructions.
I love it. I love it. So anyway, we thought we'd maybe hold some of our thoughts and kind of talk about maybe some of our picks for each category. And of course, the final vote will be done probably at the end of this month or in December, the very beginning of December. I'm going to send out a survey with each question, like number 1, best bust, number 2, best female statue or whatever. And they're going to have all of these that I have written down. They're all going to be able to be chosen from because they're nominated by you, the fans. And then we're going to find out on the award show who is the best of the best. And hopefully that makes sense to everybody. It should be pretty simple. I'm trying to find a good survey. If anybody knows a good survey that we can use that does allow photos so everybody can see the statues that we're talking about, please let me know in the comments, or if you guys know offhand. I was going to use SurveyMonkey, but they don't do photos. So anyway, we'll do a grand survey in early December probably, and we'll go from there, and then we'll have the award show. So you guys have any questions? Does that all make sense? Does that make clear as mud?
Yep.
Hey, Chris, there's a couple of questions in the chat. Ryan Eckholt had one around the size differences between small scale, large scale. Can you talk a little bit about those?
Yeah, we actually kind of improvised throughout the day because originally I was going to say 1/4 was in the small scale. So large scale statues are going to be 1/3 and up. So 1/3, 1/2 life size. Okay, 1/3, 1/2 life size. Then there's a 1/4 scale category, so just quarter scale because there's so many. That has its own category. And then the small scale statue is anything lower than 1/4. So we're talking 1/5, 1/6, 1/10. Is there a 1/8? I think, right?
Yeah.
So, like some companies do 1/8. I don't understand that one. So anything smaller than 1/4 will be small scale. So hopefully that will alleviate that question.
Perfect.
Also, I made the decision, and the community can be mad about it or whatever, but I decided that we have a best bust category, and some people were asking if the best bust could be nominated for best large scale statue, and I'm going to keep them separate. Large scale statues I'm going to have be statues. Busts are going to be in their own category. Okay. So we're just going to do that. But continue to go to the Facebook group, again, Batman Statue Collector, Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles, and please nominate. Also, I'm sure in Secret Sanctuary, if you want to nominate there as well, I'm sure Jeff would more than welcome those nominations. Sure. If you want to, if you're in his group, please let Jeff know. But anyway, lots of great categories. These guys brainstormed some really great ideas, and I'm really excited about them. And I think this is going to be unique and a little bit different. I already have maybe some new categories for next year that we could try as well. But I kind of wanted us to pick your brain. So why don't we start with? I'll make it hard. I'll make it hard right off the bat. Uh-oh. Let's do nominations for best large scale statue. Because I have a list here, and every one is outstanding.
Yeah.
like there's not a bad egg in this batch. But how do you pick? How do you pick a favorite? But let's hear some of yours. Let's hear
1/3 and up.
1/3 and up.
Dang.
Now, Chris, this is delivered to collectors this year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot to say that. So this is in hand.
Somebody has to have actually gotten it.
Yeah, in hand 2020. Now here's where there's some gray area. There's some statues like Harley Hell on Wheels that's supposed to be out in December. Robin is supposed to be out this month. So I'm just, some premium formats. If they are released by the time I do the survey, I'm going to count them. But it has to be released in 2020, not 20. Like a lot of people nominated the Prime 1 Huntress. Well, that came out in 2019, so she doesn't count. Some people did Jean Grey, not Jean. Jean Grey.
Jean Grey.
That one came out last year, right?
Really?
Correct.
So that one does not count. So it has to be released in hand in 2020. So I'm really glad you brought that up. There were some people that failed to read that in the descriptions whenever they were posting. Shocker. People do not always love to read. But yeah, has to be released in 2020. And again, up until that survey goes out, if one does squeak under the radar there, I will put them in if they're nominated. Okay. So
when did the Catwoman from Sideshow come out?
This year.
That's this year.
Wait. Which one?
Catwoman.
From
Catwoman,
Sideshow?
The premium form.
That was last year.
I got her this year.
I did a lot of research on these. So the Jean Grey, the first in-hand reviews that I could find were actually, I think, this year. I could find in-hand reviews of the Catwoman premium format from last year.
Really?
Yeah, I'll double check it, but I'm pretty sure.
Huh.
Let me see. I got mine. I was the first batch that got it, and I posted December 3rd, 2019.
Ah,
Yeah, it was very close to the cutoff, but
Okay. Catwoman's eliminated.
She's out.
double check.
I'm gonna have to do my research too. I'm glad you are, Eric.
I spent hours last night doing it.
I really appreciate that because there is some gray area there, and I'm really glad. That's usually a good sign is to look up reviews on YouTube because they're always usually right off the bat.
Right.
Yeah, I did both. I checked release dates, and then I double checked with people that I know will post, firsthand. I have it first reviews on YouTube. I'm pretty sure Jean Grey was this year.
You know what? You're right, Eric. When I said, that was about last year, I saw her at New York Comic-Con. Sideshow had her in the booth, but that doesn't mean she was out.
Yeah.
Good call.
Whatever was shipped this year.
Greg Folk says the teacher doesn't do research.
I know. Like, look at all my notes. I've got like pages after pages after pages of notes that I wrote all these down today.
Chris is very busy. That's what we're here for.
And this was while I was at work too. Don't tell anybody. No, you know what? I do have Jean Grey on here. The one that was from last year was Rogue. I had him backwards.
Yeah.
Rogue was nominated a bunch of times, but that was last year. Yeah, Jean Grey is this year. You are correct.
Yes.
Do you want me just to read what's been nominated so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Large scale. Bermejo Joker Prime 1. Prime 1 Hush Ivy. Prime 1 Batman Who Laughs. Prime 1 Batman Damned. Are you guys seeing a trend here?
Mm-hmm.
Prime 1 Bane Ultimate versus Batman. PCS Spider-Man Advanced Suit. Prime 1 Dark Knight 3 Master Race. Prime 1 Superman Hush Black version. Queen Studios Dark Knight Heath Ledger Joker. Prime 1 Nightfall Azrael. Prime 1 Jet Power Optimus Prime. Mm-hmm. Prime 1 Deathstroke. Queen Studios 1-to-1 scale Iron Man Mark 50. That's that big giant life size that just came out.
That just came out like within a week.
Right. This week.
And that thing is life size.
Yeah, it's nuts. So did that help you narrow them down? I mean, good Lord, there's so many good ones.
I went with the Bermejo Joker. I don't have it on order. I think Batman Who Laughs is going to win. but I don't have a connection to that character. I haven't read those books, so I went with the Bermejo Joker.
I'm just going to say, I personally think it's going to be real close between those two.
Okay.
I really do.
So this is for 1/3?
1/3, 1/2, or life size.
Okay. Batman Who Laughs has a lot of my votes for different other categories. But I went with one that was very popular mid-year, and that's going to be, just make sure I get the right company. I think it's Iron Studios. Sorry. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Iron Studios, Hawkman.
Listen to me. You were the first person I think to have even said it. I don't have it written down anywhere. I don't know if people just forgot about it, but I don't think it's been nominated yet.
Yeah,
it might not
very
be
many
like
of that out, and then I think a lot of them were damaged.
Yep.
They didn't replace them.
That's a good point.
So that hurt.
Yeah, there's other pieces that have like maybe better details, and overall, but there's just something about that piece. Every time I see it in somebody's collection, if somebody has like 40 statues in their collection, and I see that Hawkman mixed in within that collection, it just stands out to me right away. There's just like, it has like a certain presence that just really captures, your eye.
It's awesome.
It's probably the 60-inch wingspan.
Yeah, that's
actually closed wings, but yeah, it's.
Yeah, I like the people that did it with one open and one closed. I thought that was kind of cool.
It was cool. Jeff, do you have a pick?
Me?
Yeah.
Batman Who Laughs.
Batman Who Laughs. One right behind you.
Yeah.
There he is, right there.
With no chains.
I love that. That's awesome. Someday, my friend.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dan, have you picked?
Batman Who Laughs.
Batman Who Laughs.
Okay.
Yep.
No doubt.
And again, I right now I'm between Bermejo Joker and Batman Who Laughs. I'm really excited to see Bermejo Joker in hand. I've seen some photos where he's kind of leaning off to the side a bit, and so I'm a little bit worried about that. But I want to see him in hand before I decide. Hopefully, I'll have him in hand before we vote. But gosh, all of these pieces are just incredible. I think the Prime 1 Hush Ivy will have a dent in her a little bit because she doesn't photograph well. So I kind of wonder if she will be as voted. But anyway, I'm anxious to see how that turns out. Let's move on to Best Small Scale. All right, here's the list. XM, and of course, if your nomination is not on the list, you can still say it. XM16 Aquaman, XM16 Flash, XM Studio Sanity, Tweeterhead 16 Starfire, Sideshow Joker animated series, Sideshow Harley animated series, XM Rebirth Batman. I don't know if that one's been released yet. I put a question mark on that one. I don't think it has. Sentinel, McFarlane Black and White from DC Direct, Tweeterhead's Dark Knight Returns Muddy version, and that one's not technically out yet. Alex Ross's Batman from DC Collectibles, DC Designer Series Harley and Poison Ivy together, and XM Rebirth Wonder Woman. So some people have felt that Sanity, it's unfair that Sanity is in this category. I do tell people that we still have a budget series. We have a budget statue as well, so it gives some of those definitely some play there. But what do you guys think? Best small scale statue?
Dark Knight Muddy from Tweeterhead.
Good pick.
It has such a presence. Easily one of the best 1/6 pieces I've ever seen.
It's awesome. It's awesome. How about the rest of you guys?
For me, it's hands down XM Sanity, but I do have some of the other ones you just spoke of as for best budget.
Nice. Dan?
Yeah, I don't know how any of them, quite frankly, can compete with that Sanity piece.
Yeah.
But the black or the smoke or the full color one, to be honest with you. That piece aside, one that I don't know why I didn't think of it, because it's right next to me all the time. Here in my room is that McFarlane black and white, the 100th white line is a really great statue. And a little side note on that one, the engineering that must have gone into the foam that hold that, how that thing ships and doesn't break, I have no idea.
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
It really is.
Yeah. So but it's a beautiful piece, and that is of the small scales, the black and whites, and I have, I don't know, a dozen of them or so, 15 of them. That one is the one that gets the most comments by far of anybody that comes in here.
But
I would like to say RIP to that line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortunately.
Very sad.
You can fit those better into best budget, though, I think.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Jeff?
The XM Aquaman.
Okay. That's a great piece.
I'm going just because I've seen it.
Yeah. That is a beautiful
It's just really, really
That was my runner-up
when you see it in person.
I've seen it in person as well, and it's just so colorful.
Which is kind of cool when you have a lot of them are dark blues and blacks and grays. But the base is just cool, and they did such a good job on all of that, making it the seahorse and all of the coral and the fish. And
yeah, it's awesome. Do you guys think, I mean, obviously Sanity is going to be voted probably the winner. Do you guys think I should do on this list XM color or Sanity and black and white and have it two separate so people could vote for which Sanity they want better or they like better?
Yeah, they're two different statues.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
They are two different statues. And if that one's going to win anyway, it'd be neat to see which one people prefer.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. I would also pick Sanity in this case as my pick, and I would pick the black and white for me, just because I think it's so different. But they're both phenomenal. So let's move on to budget statue next. A lot of these we could repeat over, but some of them that are different. The Penguin from Diamond Select was not nominated. The Batman Who Laughs, the Artifacts Kotobukiya, which is a phenomenal statue, that was nominated. The Iceman from Diamond Select, the Tweeterhead Batgirl, Catwoman, the Muddy Dark Knight Returns, and Starfire, and Batman Black Edition. I think, was the Black Edition out this year?
The Tweeterhead
later
last year.
The black one?
The Tweeterhead Catwoman was July of last year.
Okay.
What was the Dark Knight Muddy version out this year?
It's not out yet. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be. So that one's going to have a question mark next to it.
Okay.
But what about the black version of the Batman from Tweeterhead?
It could be, because it was a good bit of time between the blue one and that one.
I remember the blue
one had been out for a while.
When I was in New York last year in September, the blue one had just come out. So I'm thinking it must have been in 2020 for the black one, but I'll double check on it.
I think it may have been right at the edge.
Do you guys have picks for the budget statue?
So for me, it's a rival between the Tweeterhead Batman and I think I might go with the Alex Ross Batman by DC Direct, just because I believe it's straight off of a comic book cover. I forget which comic, but 90% sure it's straight from a comic book cover. And it just reminds me of that. So
good pick.
I love everything. See that one in person.
Yeah, everything Tweeterhead's doing is really fantastic.
Sure is. How about you, Jeff Delaney?
I went with that Koto Batman Who Laughs. I thought for the price point, that's a pretty spectacular statue.
I'm gonna piggyback right there. That would be my pick.
Ditto.
Yeah,
that's mine.
Yeah, that was up there too.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. I
told the money
the way he's got his hands. And, yeah.
And I mean, the paint is so clean on that. It's pretty cool.
It's big. It's a bigger piece.
Yeah, fits right in scale with a Hot Toy figure, because I did some pictures of him and the Ben Affleck Batman, and he looks a little skinnier, but he's supposed to be. So
yeah. Reclaimer says, would McFarlane black and white count as a budget? Yes. Sorry, anything under $400 could be a budget piece, in my opinion. That way we get Tweeterhead in there. A second pick for me would be that Tweeterhead Catwoman. I think that's a really beautiful piece. I know Dan got to see her, from Spec Fiction.
Yeah, beautiful piece.
And beautiful piece. So I would definitely consider that one as well. But there's some really good budget pieces. I mean, really. I mean, and there's and so far I can't believe it, but nobody's nominated any of the Iron Studios 1/10 pieces.
Yeah,
I don't have one nomination for those yet. But again, the nominations are going to be open for another 2 or 3 weeks. So keep nominating, guys.
You know what's funny when you say $400 budget statue?
yeah,
Premium format used to be under like $400.
That's where we're at, though. I mean, whenever you consider that a 1/10, which is what, 12 inches tall, right? Usually around 12 inches tall.
No.
$120, $130.
No, they're not 12 inches tall. They're maybe 7 or 8.
Okay, so that makes it even worse. I mean, that it's so small, and they're asking 120, 130, 150 for that scale. So 400, yes, it is disappointing, because I remember my first premium format was like $340.
Yeah.
And those
That
days
has
are
been the
all
holdback on the 1/10 from Iron Studios, is that in the photos they look so cool, and the details look good, the sculpt looks pretty good, and then I've seen them in some stores, and when you see, it's like,
it's tiny.
It reminds me of the Star Wars action figures from when I was a kid. I'm like, that's not $200 to me.
Yeah,
that's my hang up.
And that's where, like, if I was going to spend the money, I would buy a Tweeterhead, for a little bit more to get that bigger price point, right. Or like the Kotobukiya, just something, you want something more substantial, but still be able to fit your display space,
right.
know? Yeah. And that's where it gets hard sometimes,
Now,
I think if you have larger,
sorry.
Archangel says my prom date only charged $250. So
you got a bargain.
Yeah, got a bargain. That's pretty great. B. Alex Thompson says, I want to nominate Iron Studios 1/10 pieces, but I don't know what came out or what's still upcoming. Well, you got to do your research, B. Alex Thompson. If you're going to nominate, I can't do it for you. I can't.
But there's so many of those come out. I mean, you see pictures of people getting them all the time.
Probably 100.
Well, I mean, all of that Endgame set.
Well, yeah, there's Infinity War and Endgame. There's a ton of them.
Yeah.
Dark Ranger says, just think as good as 2020 has been, wait for 21. Look at what we have on the way. Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. Okay, we've done budget, we've done small scale, we've done large scale. I think I'm going to skip this one probably, but we did best paint apps. And my intention originally was for it to be on a statue, like which statues have the best paint apps, but everybody kind of took it differently, and they just went with company, like which company has the best paint apps. So we're just going to leave it that way. There are a lot of votes for XM Studios whenever I looked earlier today, but we have Prime One, Tweeterhead, XM Studios, and also the Kotobukiya Art FX. As of whenever I wrote all these down, I didn't have any nominations from Sideshow yet. So we'll see if they get any, but a lot of votes for XM. All right, let's move on to Bust. Do you want to move on to Bust?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, here's the nominations for Bust. Sorry, my Google phone just went off, thinking I'm trying to talk good. Okay, Best Bust. The Sideshow Wonder Woman, half scale, 1/3 scale, whatever you want to call her, whatever that's. They never named their scale, but the Sideshow Wonder Woman, the Queen Studios life-size Thanos, the Queen Studios life-size Ben Affleck, Batman, the Diamond Select animated half-scale bust, the Joker and Batman, the Infinity Studios Wonder Woman bust, the Queen Studios Alita Battle Angel, and I don't know if that's out yet. I need to check. Sideshow Batman bust by Daniel Bell.
That's not out yet either.
Not out.
Oh, that is true. That one's not out yet either.
Although January.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Sideshow Wolverine bust by Daniel Bell.
That's out.
Queen Studios Black Panther, life-size bust. Queen Studios Hulk, life-size bust. And Queen Studios Iron Man bust.
I don't think the Iron Man one is out yet, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, the Mark 50 is.
The one with the wings.
Is that? Oh, is it one version's out and one's not yet, or something? Isn't
The damaged version has not shipped out to people yet.
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
And they have the other Mark whatever, and that one that was shown at that.
That was the 85.
Yeah, but it's not. It won't be out till next year probably. But they do get these busts out pretty quick. I have to.
They really do.
Yeah.
I tip my hat to them. It's pretty amazing. So out of all those, do you guys have a nomination pick here?
Okay, so I'll go. I'm going to pick an unpopular. Well, I think a relatively unpopular one. Actually, is it out? The Infinity Studios Armored Batman out? Not the armored. The what's
Tactical suit.
Tactical suit Batman.
I think some people have gotten it.
I think it might be out. I think it is.
Because we talked about the cape.
The cape, yeah. So
the cape looked
Cape aside, I like that one a lot. I think the likeness is spot on. I think the suit's cool. It's like having half of a full-scale Batman. I mean, he's get the waist up. It doesn't fit my collection, but for some, I'm sure it's really cool.
It's a cool piece.
Yeah.
How about you, Delaney?
I just changed my vote.
Nice. What are you going to pick?
I wrote down Sideshow Wonder Woman because I own that piece. I love that piece. I think it's the best Wonder Woman portrait out there.
Beautiful.
Then you reminded me of the Queen Studios Hulk, which I have not seen in person, but appears to be a piece that would be massive and incredibly impressive in any collection. If I had room for it, I'd be a buyer on that one. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I agree. It's really, really good. And it doesn't seem to have that same greasy thing happening to it either. Like it seems like it looks just perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen no pictures of that.
Does anybody
like all of the others?
Does anybody here in the group, Chris, anybody have silicone full scale bust?
I did.
You did.
I had the Heath Ledger Joker from Queen Studios.
Yeah.
And I did just sell it about a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
Because I am hoping to get the new one from Infinity Studios. But I did have it, and I didn't have any problem whatsoever with the silicone.
I wonder if it was because it had the makeup application.
Had the paint on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it seems like most of especially in video, it seems you see that moist kind of
really shining.
Yeah.
Yep. And I don't know if that's just the skin color, but I think the paint traps it in. I just don't. But even like the neck area on Ledger Joker, there wasn't any of that. But it just seems like it's the newer ones. Huh. So maybe they're using a different material than what I had. Because mine was made 2 years ago.
But I agree with Jeff 1.5. I don't remember the Hulk looking like that at all. Now I'm trying to think back.
I don't either. Yeah. That's a great pick, Jeff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Great pick. Eric, how about you?
All right. Dan almost swayed my vote with that Batman tactical suit, but I'm going to stick to what I originally wrote down. The Infinity Studios Wonder Woman. I think it's harder to pull off. With Batman, he's wearing a mask. He's got more of a suit. I think it's harder to pull off the likeness of Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot. And even with the newer bust, I forget who's making it, of Wonder Woman, I still prefer the older Infinity Studios Wonder Woman. So I think they nailed that. So to me, it's perfect.
It's a good piece.
Yep.
How about you, Jeff?
The Queen Studios Ben Affleck Batman or the Queen Studios Iron Man Mark 50. I thought, its armor, it looked pretty perfect. So
I think that's the one I'm going to go with as well as the Iron Man bust, just because it's the one that I was closest to buying. Out of
Archangel brought up one that you didn't mention in the list was the Queen Studios Loki.
Yeah.
That one looked really good.
That one was nominated, I think, but I wasn't sure if it came out this year. So that's why I didn't list it. But if it did come out this year, I will list that one as well.
It looked pretty close, but it still had that kind of moist.
It does. And the other one, in the pictures and video that I've seen on that one too, that kind of bugs me is doesn't seem like many collectors are able to get the hair right.
Yeah, you got to gel it. You got to gel it up. Yeah. Whenever it's flat, I was like, oh my God, it just drives me crazy. Like, do something with that hair.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
This is really good, but
so many great busts, and obviously next year it's probably going to even be better. I mean, just looking at like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker and some of those other pieces, it's just a lot of great stuff.
Harley Quinn.
Oh, the Harley.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Is that Infinity Studio it has like the half body?
Yep. So next year, second annual awards will be quite interesting, I'm sure, for that category.
Probably more Justice League.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that Aquaman, that looks incredible too. But it's not out this year yet. Okay, let's move on to Sculptor. Favorite Sculptor. I thought this was a really good category. Let me read the people that have been nominated. Right off the bat, with a lot of votes, was Daniel Bell, Kiefer McMurlab. I think I said that right. Marco P. And I think Marco is the one. I think Marco did Sanity, or maybe Shogun, and the Kiefer did The Batman Who Laughs. We also have from Prime One. We've got Raf Gracietti, K.A. Kim, Stefferson Roca, Arnie Kim, Jonathan Matthews, Romel Chopra, Wanda. I have no idea how to say this last name. Kern Wan, Caleb N. I have no idea how to say some of these names. Miguel Angel Lopez, and Martin Canale, and the Kacharik brothers. So those are the nominations. Do you guys want to pick? Do you have a favorite or a nomination? Somebody you want to nominate?
I'd say Daniel Bell, not only for his work, the quality of his work and skill and talent, the obvious skill, but also his participation in the community has been off the charts. He's such an open door, to kind of behind the curtain that it's just been, phenomenal. You just follow him on Instagram and he does his live, digital sculpting sessions, and even in Portuguese, they're fun to watch. But I think he's been just great for the community this year.
Yeah, it was so cool when he came on Rogues Gallery Live, and it was just awesome. It was just really awesome. So great pick. How about you, Jeff Delaney?
I went with Daniel Bell as well, just because he had a heck of a year, and he's overrepresented in my collection at the moment.
That's a great problem to have.
Yeah, it just seemed like a logical choice.
Eric?
For me, I'm happy that you did this category because I'm not too familiar with sculptors, and I wish they would get more recognition in the community.
Absolutely.
Obviously, Daniel Bell, Martin Canale, Franco Carlissimo. I think he does more customs. But those are the names that I know, and which is sad because it should be more. These sculptors should get more recognition in the community.
I do think it's been changing slowly. But I mean, the fact that anybody knows who a Martin Canale or a Daniel Bell like that 10 years ago, we wouldn't have, I don't think, near as much. I don't think they would have been necessarily household names. So I think we have a long way to go, but I'm just really glad that we're talking and having this conversation on shows like this, where we actually talk about these artists, because they're the ones that bring us this amazing art.
Yeah. I mean, I love that Daniel Bell does these live classes teaching people, because he's definitely super talented. But at the same time, I don't know their names, but these guys that are producing these, sculpting these Prime 1 pieces are knocking them out of the park. They're just amazing. I wish I knew their names to credit them, but I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. How about you, Jeff Morris?
Well, I mean, Daniel Bell's been kind of like the rock star this year of sculptors. But, getting this guy, the Martin Canale, I mean, I think this showed that off so much better than the first version. It made me appreciate it a lot more.
I want to give a shout out to Martin Canale. He did repost my Instagram post today, so I thought that was really cool. I posted a photo of that Batman right there, so that was really cool that he did that. So great pick there, Jeff. I guess I tend to go, mine's kind of a two-way tie with Daniel Bell and also K.A. Kim. K.A. Kim did that incredible Joaquin Phoenix head sculpt from Prime 1. And I can't get that head sculpt out of my mind. I think that's one of the best likenesses I've ever seen on any statue. So that's
she do the Daenerys from Game of Thrones from Prime 1?
She did.
That just came out. That looks crazy good.
She's amazing.
She is. So that's why I would pick one of those two. I'm not sure who I'm going to end up picking, but it's going to be a tough decision for me to choose it. So I don't want to do every category because I want to leave some surprises. Why don't we skip forward to best base? Best base. So here are the nominees.
Batman Who Laughs.
Prime 1 Injustice 2 Brainiac base. The Sideshow Collectibles Scarecrow Premium Format base. The Prime 1 Bane vs. Batman base with Batman in the mud. Prime 1 Bermejo Joker base. Figurama Alucard base. And I'm not familiar with that one. Then the Prime 1 Batman Who Laughs. So with all the crows. Some people have said, is that part of the base? I am saying yes. I'm making that official decision. So yes, the crows is part of the base on that statue. Because it doesn't say Batman Who Laughs plus the crows. It just says Batman Who Laughs. So the crows are part of the base. The Prime 1 Dark Knight 3 Master Race base with the big eagle. The XM Studios Deathstroke base. The Prime 1 Hush Poison Ivy base with the big giant plant monster. Prime 1 Injustice 2 Black Manta base. Prime 1 Studio New 52 Batman base, the one you see right there. And the XM Studios Iceman base. Some good ones, guys.
Yeah.
I know my pick.
Okay.
I'm just going to go. Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah, Black Manta was up there on my list, but I got to give it to the Batman Who Laughs. It's like we were even discussing behind the scenes, like we weren't sure if it was a diorama or just a statue. And I mean, Prime 1 lists it as, they don't list it as a diorama. There's just so much going on in the base. It's not a diorama, so it's just. There's so much in that base as far as the sculpt of all the Robins. I'm giving it to Batman Who Laughs.
Good pick. Yeah. Good pick. Dan, I'm gonna guess you're gonna pick the same one.
It's funny. For me, it's kind of that's the obvious choice for me. But the close runner-up is the New 52 Batman, the Prime 1 Sideshow. That base is amazing, and like we talked about, Chris, when we did the unbox. I mean, it is even way more impressive in person. It's just one of those. It's
just the sheer engineering.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
Yep. It's just so well done. And I at first, whenever somebody suggested it, I kind of was taken aback, like, okay, that's kind of a weird choice. I'm like, nope, it's not a weird choice at all. It's a great choice.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's much larger in person than it appears, on video or in pictures. The gargoyles are really cool and different, in these interesting positions. They're kind of crawling all over the base. It's got a sub base that is completely different texture and paint. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Doesn't compete with the Three Crows and everything else going on with Batman Who Laughs, but it's a close second.
It is. Yep.
For
Jeff Delaney.
Sideshow Scarecrow.
Oh, great! I was hoping one of you guys would pick that one.
And Jason Todd, zombie Jason Todd crawling out of his grave. How can you beat that? I mean,
It's just phenomenal. It is phenomenal.
On a sideshow piece.
Yeah, it's probably. I think it's the best base they've ever done.
5 Robins coming out of Batman Who Laughs space is what beats that.
I don't know. To me, those are generic characters. We're talking about Jason Todd, who we knew for years, and we saw him die.
Yeah, I know.
Zombified, crawling out of his grave. To me, that has a big impact.
Yeah, it's definitely a little morbid.
Absolutely. Jeff Morris.
My top 2 was Batman Who Laughs and the Scarecrow. Of course, that should my mind runs to a dark place.
Well, I cannot argue with either of those choices because they're
the Robins, because we've seen a couple of statues where that the DC collectibles did, and pretty much all of the Robins were the same Robins, but every one of these Robins have a different personality, and they're all just different. There's a little difference to each one of them,
and they're all as creepy as hell.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's a first of its kind. I mean, I've seen unlicensed pieces with that many characters on a base, but I've never seen a licensed piece to where there's that many characters on a base.
And I'm surprised that Prime One didn't charge more for it. Because it was, because it was roughly the same. I know, but I mean,
I just muted his mic. No, I'm sorry. I had to mute you there, buddy.
That thing come up and muted me, and I'm like, what the hell? But I'm seriously,
we can't have you say that because yeah, no, but you're right. You're right. I mean, you got a lot. How much did he retail for? I don't even remember now. Was he 1,200?
No, 13, I think.
13.
Yeah.
Well, for the DX, I don't remember what the difference was with the DX.
I think the regular was 12.
Was it?
So.
What's good? As Jeff Delaney mentioned, the base on Scarecrow is disturbing with Jason Todd, but the base on that Batman premium format with the story behind Amadeus Arkham is, for anybody that knows it, is also very disturbing what happened to him. So the fact that they went with that is
disturbing. And we could technically count that base. The black one came out before this year, but the blue one came out, so we could count the blue one variant as a statue that came out this year for base. So I'll add that one too, since you just nominated it.
I think it's just it goes together with the Scarecrow so well, and I think like I said last night, either version is going to go with the other Batman characters too.
I don't even know if we're allowed to repeat it, but if somebody wants to tell the story, that would be great to remind people.
Of which story?
Of the Batman premium format base with that Arkham Amadeus Arkham base.
I think
know the story of it.
I think he was just the original curator of the Arkham Asylum, right?
All right. So there's a few Easter eggs on it. So there's Mad Dog carved into the base. So Mad Dog is the guy. He was some type of killer. He killed Amadeus Arkham's wife. He raped his daughter. And then he eventually got arrested. And then within the Arkham cells, he would torment Amadeus Arkham every day, saying, I raped your daughter, I killed your wife, which drove Amadeus Arkham into madness, to where Amadeus Arkham became so insane that he became a killer. And on the anniversary, which is also carved into the base, which is April 1st, Amadeus Arkham killed Mad Dog with electrocution to get back on him as revenge. So it's a super disturbing base when you look at it and you know the story of it.
That's awesome. I've been reading the Arkham Knight line, the hardcover, where it's Astrid Arkham, who is the new Arkham Knight, daughter of Jeremiah. It's just really neat. I need to obviously go back and read some of that because I obviously have missed some of that storyline. Do you remember where you read that from? Like, was it part of a book?
It's from the I forget the name. I have it 10 feet away from me. It's from some graphic novel. I think it's called Arkham Asylum or something. I can grab it if you want to.
You can read it on
real quick. I'll grab it real quick.
You can read it on the Batman wiki. It goes into a lot of detail.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Yeah.
We have a comment that says, cute story, something to tell the kids tonight.
Yeah.
Too bad it's not Halloween still. That would have been a perfect ghost bedtime story. That would have been pretty creepy.
It makes you appreciate the base a lot more when you think of all that detail.
It does. It does.
Kind of like hidden into it.
And, we've talked about the fact that this is a Martin Canali piece, and it wasn't until we got those digital renders with his explanations about like how those batarangs worked and, the buckle on the back and how it all fits together. It wasn't until that I understood and really, truly appreciated that statue. Mm-hmm. And then knowing that I have read that, but it's been a long time ago.
I'll have to double check. I think it's this one where the story's from.
Yeah, that's a fantastic.
I'll double check it. I think it's this one.
Oh, it's got the creepiest art.
Is it this one or no?
I don't think so.
No. All right.
I think that's the one where Batman.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up.
It could be, the Arkham from the Arkham games. They did that whole line of comics. It might have been some of that there too.
No, it's a book.
The comic books.
I was just looking it up the other night too.
That's cool. Well, we'll figure that out. You guys, let's do one more category. I'll let you guys pick. So we have the quarter scale category or the exclusive category. Best exclusive. What do you guys think?
Let's do both of those.
You want to do both?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with exclusive. So these are the nominations that I have. Prime 1 Bane Ultimate. And that's the head sculpt, the Rage head sculpt. The Prime 1 New 52, the Kryptonite, and the EX head, where he's got the Rage face. So he's holding that Kryptonite. That's the one that's back here. Prime 1 Christian Bale head sculpt on the Dark Knight Rises 1/3 scale from Prime 1. The Christian Bale head sculpt. The Prime 1 Dark Knight Rises Bane, the Bane torso swap outs. The deluxe. The Prime 1 Batman Ninja, the art plate behind Batman Ninja from Prime 1, that big art plate.
Yep.
The XM Cyclops, the swap out torso. The Sideshow Nora, which is right back here, the Nora for Nora Freeze. The Batman Who Laughs, is it Damien, right? Damien exclusive?
Yeah.
Okay, the proximity piece. Prime 1 Bermejo, the extra Joker portraits. And the Prime 1 Dark Knight 3 swap outs. So the extra head sculpts and the extra bat emblem. So those are the nominations here. A lot of good ones. I think I have my favorite.
I went with Nora. I think Nora kind of completes the Mr. Freeze statue, and I like that there's a light up feature on it. I think it's well done.
I love the fact that it's light up. I'm not a giant fan of proximity, but I think some of the best proximity with some of these nominations. So that's a great. And the fact that it lights up is really good. Really good. How about you, Eric?
The Mr. Freeze with the Nora exclusive was in the back of my mind, just because I always felt like I wouldn't want a Mr. Freeze statue without that Nora exclusive. But I'm going with the exclusive for Batman Who Laughs. That Robin holding the Court of Owls mask with the blood dripping off of it.
Mhm.
I mean, we're finally getting a Talon statue, but it's the first of hopefully many of introduction into the Court of Owls, which I hope we see more in statues. So I love that proximity piece. Batman Who Laughs.
Right before I move on, Dark Ranger was asking about the Heath Ledger with the clapping hands. That is not out yet. I don't know the release date, but it is not able to be nominated at this point. Okay. Dan, yours?
Yeah. Surprisingly, I'm not going to go with the Damien Crow, the piece that Eric was just talking about, although I love that. I actually like moving it around my collection room. I don't know why. I put him in different spots.
I love it.
Whatever he's next to, more disturbing. But I really think the Bermejo extra portraits on the Joker are amazing. It's one of those that I think it's going to be like getting, 3 or 4 different statues in one. They're all just so different. And I think they're just really cool, all the way from full skeletal to Batarang in the eye, to the traditional. I mean, they're just awesome.
I'll just piggyback on that because of course, we're thinking exactly the same way. I was originally going to go with Damien just because it was so neat and had the owl mask, but I have to go with the Joker portraits as well. Just everything I've seen, they just look phenomenal. I'm gonna have a really hard time picking which one I'm going to display, but that's what's great is you can display them too at the bottom with those extra pieces. Thank God for Prime One doing that. Obviously, they realized they had a hit with those sculpts.
There is one asterisk on that choice, though, Chris, and it seems to hold true the more video and pictures that you see of that piece. He's going to have to be you won't be able to display him on a lower shelf.
No, you have to have him up high. And I originally was going to have him kind of waist level. I think I'm going to have him higher.
Same. Yep. I think he's going to be on one of my highest shelves. I've got a couple of shelves in my room that are 50 inches. And I think I'm going to have him on one of those.
I'm really anxious just to get him in hand. I just really want to see him in person. Yeah. Marvelous Dave. Oops, I just missed it. Marvelous Dave says the Harley with all the head sculpts. Harley is not out yet, so Harley cannot be nominated at this point. She was supposed to be out, but I have not even seen a production photo or in the factory or anything on that Prime One third scale. So I would not count on her. God, I bet not even before maybe summer, maybe at this point. I don't know. But so she cannot be nominated for that one. Jeff Morris, what do you think on the exclusive?
I picked the Prime One Dark Knight 3 that was like the Delato art, because you got a lot of mileage out of all those extras. You had the rifle, you had the different symbols on the chest. You could go from just the solid bat to the yellow background bat, and a couple different head sculpts.
Yeah, the fact that the black emblem completely changes it.
Yeah.
From and the grapple gun with the rope hanging down, very similar to the Hush piece that I have. That's a great piece. Great swap outs, and I like any statue that changes the look of a statue that much.
Me too.
The another one that really stands out was that Batman Ninja with the plate. I know not everybody loved the plate, but it completely changes that statue with that art behind it.
You know what's another good one? The XM, was it Cyclops? He has like a switch out torso. A lot of people brought that up where you switch that was torso. It's a whole new pose. It's a whole new statue.
That one, and that was on the list. It was. I wish more companies would do that, to have a whole different torso.
Right.
It goes back to that Arkham Bane that I have. Like they should have sold the two torsos together. It's. I really tip my hat to XM for doing that for collectors, because that's a really nice option. Okay, everybody went right.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do one more category, then we'll look at some photos. So this is quarter scale, best quarter scale statue. Here are the nominations. XM Thanos and Lady Death. XM Shogun. XM Hulk Transformation. Somebody said Prime 1 Femto. I don't know what that is. Do you guys know what that is?
It's from Berserk.
Okay.
I think it is. I'm not sure what it's from, but it is kind of cool.
Okay. Prime 1 New 52 Batman. Sideshow Gambit Premium Format. Sideshow Scarecrow Premium Format. Sideshow Mr. Freeze Premium Format. Blizzard Lilith. Prime 1 Griffith. Prime 1 Batman Ninja. XM Dark Phoenix.
Okay.
Sideshow Cable Premium Format. Sideshow Colossus Premium Format. XM Colossus. Iron Studios Captain America from Endgame. And I had Sideshow Catwoman, but that was last year. So, good Lord, look at, there's so many good ones.
Real quick, I'm challenging Batman Ninja. I believe that there was some in-hand reviews from last year.
Okay.
Otherwise, that would be my topic.
Okay. All right. So what is your pick then?
Okay.
I'll put it on you right now. Boom.
That was good.
I'm just challenging. I could be wrong.
Hey, I believe it. You were up late doing your homework. I believe it.
I did do my homework. There's it's not even like Singapore collectors. There's US collectors that had Batman Ninja reviews up from last year. It's very close to the cutoff. I think it was like November, December, but they were there. Yeah, 1/4. I'm going with XM Thanos. Even from you look at him from far away, he looks incredible. But when you zoom in on him, I used to own the Sideshow Thanos on Throne, which was incredible. But when you zoom in on XM Thanos, there's so many details and the textures within the suit that are just incredible. The whole energy power thing around his arm, which I didn't even know he could do because I'm mostly familiar with him from the movies, looks amazing. And then the fact that you can pair him up with Lady Death, I think is, for a licensed piece, a first of its kind, to where, you have Lady Death, which looks amazing by herself. You have XM Thanos, which looks amazing by himself. And then you pair them up and they look amazing. I scroll through Facebook looking at all the pictures, and every time I see those two pieces, I have to stop and look at it, no matter how many times I've seen it. So, for 1/4, I'm giving my vote to XM Thanos, and if it's allowed, because I know it's sold separate, XM Thanos with Lady Death.
And some people did nominate for the best male statue. They nominated just the Thanos or just the Lady Death for the female. So for this, I consider them, they can be together.
Okay.
Great pick. I think that's going to be a really hard one to beat. How about you, Jeff Delaney?
I went with XM Shogun Batman. I think it's an amazing piece. I wish I owned it. Everything from the sculpt is crazy. The paint application is insane. I just think it has amazing presence. It's a beautiful piece.
Really great pick. Again, that's another one that's, I think it's going to be hard to beat. It's going to be real interesting to see what collectors choose because there's just so many freaking good ones. How about you, Dan?
Yeah, I have to agree with Eric. I think the Thanos and Lady Death is going to be just really hard to beat. To me, man, they're individually, they're hard to beat. Even Lady Death, the way that they, the way they've engineered and the designed her to be up high so that when she's behind him, you can see her. And the flowing, I watched Jem's review, and the design of her cloak and the way that it flows, it looks like a tattered rag, but it is fully sculpted.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's absolutely amazing. And then her face sculpt is beautiful. She just by herself is stunning, right? So then you put the two of them together and it's just, oh, come on. It's crazy. My runner-up was Hulk Transformation.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Great picks. How about you, Jeff Morris?
I'm going to go with I think Scarecrow.
It's definitely
I'm trying to pick some stuff that I've actually got to see in person. So I think that was just really well done. And he's so thin.
I'm going to piggyback on that. That is my personal pick, is Scarecrow. I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. That doesn't mean necessarily that it's better than some of these other pieces. Mm-hmm. I do think Thanos and Lady Death is probably unbeatable, in my opinion. But again, just those top three, Thanos, Shogun, Hulk Transformation, all XM Studios, they all turned out so well in concept and design. And they're bigger than they feel bigger than just a regular old premium format, so it feels more epic. But I feel like the only other one that to me really competes is that Scarecrow because of the base with it. If it didn't have that base, we wouldn't be talking about it in the same way, I think. But man, there's so many good ones here. The New 52 Batman, I think that.
I was going to say, Chris, New 52 Batman. I mean, how often do you get a flying Batman in your collection?
I know. There's just so many. It'll be real interesting to see, but I think people will probably lean more toward the Thanos.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Time will tell. So anyway, we have a lot of other categories, including like Best Statue Company and Best Male and Female Statue and Statue of the Year. So again, what we are going to do, and I do want to mention again that it does have to be licensed statues. There's a lot of great custom statues out there as well, but that's not what we're focusing on here. And so I'm really excited about the show. Again, please nominate or continue to nominate at Batman Statue Collector, Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. Again, you can hit Jeff Delaney up at Secret Sanctuary on Facebook as well if you want to nominate there. And then again, probably the end of this month, we'll send out a survey on Facebook, Instagram, and through YouTube here. And we will make sure everybody has a chance to vote, even if you don't have social media. You'll be able to vote for your favorites. And then, of course, this is all going to culminate to a special awards Rogues Gallery Live in probably late December. I'm really excited. Are you guys? I'm just so excited to see.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And hopefully it gives everybody a little bit of entertainment to think about these statues. And, some of us, like Eric, is going to take a lot of research and, really think about these pieces. And I encourage you all to do that as well. I absolutely love that the cat was in the shot there. Oh, thank God that wasn't a statue, Jeff.
No shit.
Oh,
that was a Blair Witch moment, I'm sure.
Yes, it was. That was hilarious. I just love that it landed on the ground and the cat's just looking right at the camera like, what? What's your cat's name?
Phoebe.
Phoebe. That's awesome. Well, that is a good segue. I think let's look at some photos. What do you guys think?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Okay. Let me get rid of my smash button. But 119 watching right now, please hit that smash, that like button. Please, please, please. Let's see. Get that off of there. All right. Not a ton to look at today, but we got some. Let's start out with this beauty right here because we haven't talked about her. Whoop. I don't know why that did that. Okay. So let's start with her. So this was announced after our Halloween show. This is the quarter scale Catwoman from Tweeterhead. She does go up for pre-order tomorrow. Was it $585 for her?
Yep.
Yeah.
$585.
But $25 off if you pay in full.
If you pay in full at Tweeterhead. I don't know if it's going up for Sideshow tomorrow as well, I'm guessing. But it won't have the exclusive. Here's the exclusive, this cat right here.
It's a good segue from the cat to Catwoman.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I like that they're looking at each other, kind of. But what is your thoughts on this piece, guys?
I love it. I'm buying it.
Beautiful.
I will be buying it as well tomorrow. I think she'll be perfect for my white bookshelves. Yeah. With that low profile. I thought these photos were really good, but it was this one right here today that sold it for me.
Yeah.
The color, the patina, or the that shading on the base. I was kind of worried that maybe she would only look good from like straight on with her face, or off at an angle. But I mean, sideways, I think she's perfect.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Chris, what's the length on that? Do you remember offhand?
I think it was like over 20 inches, I think, wasn't it? 20?
Wow.
He gave the measurements today.
Yeah, I might be wrong on 20. I feel like it's 20. She does go up for pre-order with the exclusive at Tweeterhead. I'm going to tell you guys this. He said at 1:30. I don't know if that's 1:30 his time, which would be Pacific.
It's
1:30. Okay, 1:30 Pacific. Guys, I think this is going to go quick. I can't guarantee that. Again, Sideshow is going to have this piece as well. But I especially if you want the exclusive, I don't think it's going to be around very long. Some people have scoffed at the price point. What do you guys think of the price? You think it's fair?
Yeah, I think if you throw in the free shipping, it's fair.
And what was it? 25 off?
25 off if you pay in full.
Yeah. So I'm going to be paying in full tomorrow.
Yeah. So it's 20 inches long, 13 and a half inches tall, and 10 inches wide.
That's a pretty good sized piece.
It is. Yeah, it's wider than I thought.
Yeah, 20 inches. That's no joke.
Yeah, that's no joke at all. I mean, that's usually as tall as a premium format is.
Yeah, I posted in my Facebook group. It'd be a fun display to have her with Deja Thoris from Sideshow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe even Starfire from Sideshow. So you'd have the three reclining ladies.
Yeah, little femme fatales.
Yeah.
Starfire is what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But congratulations to Tweeterhead and congratulations to Sideshow working together. I just think this is a giant hit for Tweeterhead. And I'm really happy for Chad, who I know is, dreamed of a piece like this. So just the level of detail, the archives that they went to find details and to make sure everything was perfect. I think this could easily be the definitive Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman.
Yeah. The days of throne pieces are over. It's all now about the lounge pieces.
That's right. That's right. Well, besides me and Jeff, is anybody else getting this one?
I don't know. I doubt that I'll put an order in for it tomorrow.
But maybe down the road. Maybe.
I'm in that.
I would like to have the exclusive, but I can live without it.
So, I don't think it's necessarily the end all be all.
What's the exclusive?
Cool.
Cat.
The cat.
I do feel like the cat helps balance it out a little. With the cat head and then the cat. So I do like the exclusive.
And I suspect the cat can be put anywhere. I doubt it's pegged in since it's the exclusive.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right. Let's see. We'll move on to, this was another thing that we haven't seen since our last show, but this was a teaser from Tweeterhead also of a new Scarecrow.
Yeah.
What do you think of the concept or the kind of the look of this thing? This looks like it's just a sketch.
Tweeterhead is coming in strong.
Mm-hmm.
What scale is this? Do we know?
It's 1/6.
1/6. It looks to me like it has like an Arkham gate down below, possibly. The sickle. It's got maybe a crow. Just looks good. I'm anxious to see it in full reveal. But exciting news for Tweeterhead fans.
Can we see his face again? All right, yeah.
The face?
Yeah, so I did brighten up this picture, and what do you think of the face? I mean, it almost looks like a skeleton, but like you said, it's so hard to see it. we don't know yet.
It could just be that impression in the burlap.
Yeah.
Looking skull-like. It's kind of hard to tell. He does have kind of a Scooby-Doo feel, though.
Yeah, it's kind of that classic Scarecrow to me.
Kind of like that 60s, 70s
Yeah.
Scarecrow.
I think
that's how he looked from the best I can remember.
I think Chad really likes that 70s time period, with a lot of his designs. Obviously, probably from his childhood. But looks really good to me. Anxious to see the development. This was also another tease from Sideshow, from Mandalorian. Of course, they're probably trying to capitalize on anything Mandalorian right now. Obviously, The Child sold very well. What do you guys think of this piece?
It's a weird choice.
Yeah, I agree.
He's had very little screen time. We know very little about him.
That's it. That shot.
Everybody's waiting for Ahsoka.
Yep.
So I'm not sure how they got Moff Gideon.
I've only seen season 1, and I hate this guy, but I guess that's the point. He did a good job because you're supposed to hate the villain. So
I think the face sculpt is okay.
Yeah.
Not
could be better.
It could be better. But I'm happy for Mandalorian fans that might want to get this one. I'm assuming we'll see a lot more of him this season. We're only into season 2 so far, but I'm enjoying the season. Are you guys watching it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's great fun.
Those snow crab things were pretty creepy.
They're awesome.
And you know what's really cool? I don't know if you saw this. I saw a post today that's actually a Ralph McQuarrie drawing from Empire Strikes Back. Those were originally supposed to be in Empire Strikes Back as a concept. Wow. So they took those and put them into this, which I thought was amazing.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. There's so many great nods to the history of Star Wars. I just love it. Love this series. So this is familiar. I threw these in. These are photos from Jeff. Just to give you guys maybe a little bit better idea of the blue.
Yep.
Because I think this captures a little bit better. I asked my wife, I said, what is this lump right here? And she said, that's incredible anatomy. She's like, this is actually fat that occurs over abs. Whenever you're that cut, there's a little pouch of fat. And that's what that is.
I'm surprised this isn't sold out yet. There's only 500 of them.
I am too, Jeff. I just don't.
I'm kind of surprised.
But I think after some of our reviews and things, it'll be gone.
Yeah, I agree.
In my day, we called that a chicken bone.
Chicken bone, yeah.
If you punch somebody there, you can almost kill them.
Yeah, I bet. That's just great detail. And we talked about it last night with Jeff that the torsos are different, very different. The level of detail and what's happening. The scratches are down here, whereas the scratches on mine are up here. There's bullet holes up here on mine. So it's neat that at first I thought it was just a direct repaint, but it really did change. And I tip my hat to Sideshow for creating something different.
Do you think they needed to get rid of the damage though on the chest? I mean, they probably could have left it. It looked pretty cool.
They could have left it, but obviously they re-sculpted the emblem.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think it's neat that they changed it up a little. And again, I am surprised that it hadn't sold out. But congratulations to Dan and Jeff. Good picks, by the way.
Now try to get them so the light was not hitting so bright to kind of get how it actually looked.
You did a good job.
Yep.
And there's that deal where the batarangs attached on the back.
It's one of those pieces where you put on the cape, it covers up so much of the amazing sculpt on the back.
A lot of collectors leave the cape off, and I really like it.
Yeah.
Without the cape.
Show that last pic again of the backside of them. Look at the upside down Batman shape on that.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, supposedly to Canale's sketch drawings, that's where those exclusives go. They kind of
those
go there.
Batarang pizza cutter blade things.
Right. Really cool. This also came out recently. This is the Tweeterhead Batgirl.
Beautiful.
And I think it turned out really nice.
Yep.
I recommend you check out the Secret Sanctuary review of that piece.
Definitely check it out. I have not had a chance to see it yet. I'm hoping to watch it tomorrow. What do you think of her, Jeff?
Oh, I think she's beautiful. She came out great. I love the red purse.
Yeah, that's classic.
Yeah. And one of the things I did in my review is that I show her displayed with the Tweeterhead Batman and Robin. I show her displayed with the Tweeterhead Catwoman and Harley. And someone asked me to show her with the Tweeterhead Joker, so I did that as well. So you get to see her in lots of configurations. And she looks really good paired with the other pieces from the Superpowers line.
That's awesome. So as soon as you guys are done watching this show, please head over to Secret Sanctuary and check out that review. And make sure you like that video, please.
Please do. Thank you.
Yeah. Chad's doing an amazing job bringing those pieces to life.
Oh.
Indeed.
Yep. So I put this picture in. I had been debating about Sanity. And somebody posted this photo, and I still absolutely love Sanity. But once I saw this photo, I don't think I'm going to be getting Sanity because of the scale that I collect. I collect 1/4, which is Harley right there. And I collect Two-Face, which is right there, 1/3 scale. And for $3,000, I just felt like it was too small for me. But I feel like if you have it separated, you're going to be fine. I know, Eric, you're getting this piece hopefully any day now, knock on wood. But were you guys surprised by the scale whenever you saw it next to something else?
Not for nothing. That picture scares the hell out of me. But I did see this in person at New York Comic Con last year. And when you see it in person, it does look a lot bigger. Obviously, the 1/3 is humongous. But even seeing it next to the 1/4, I don't know. I mean, I have 1/4. I'm a 1/4 collector, but I've seen this in person. It has that wow factor, even though it's 1/6. It's a big piece. I know it looks small next to Harley right now, but when you see this in person, it still has that wow factor to it.
And I'll agree. I saw it in Denver, and of course, it was just by itself. Yeah. And I remember thinking, like, "Oh my God, it just looks so massive."
Yeah.
Because it's by itself. But then whenever you do see something like this, you're like, "Oh my God, it's crazy the difference." It's still an incredible piece, absolutely, and I just feel like it has to be separated out from some of these larger scale pieces. But
yeah.
What about the rest of you guys? Did that change your opinion at all?
I was honestly surprised, when I saw the picture, because having seen other photographs of it where it is by itself, to your point, Chris, it doesn't come off as small. And I think, Chris, I don't remember, this was a while ago now. You posted a picture of yourself standing next to it, I think.
Yeah.
And it didn't look small relative to you. You know what I mean?
These pictures are deceiving a little bit.
So, it didn't look small there. It looks small here. I think it suffers next to, Two-Face should not be overshadowing that piece.
Yeah.
I love Two-Face. I've got him sitting right over here, but he should not be overshadowing that piece. And he is in this photograph. For me, he is. So I think standalone is the way to go. Eric, you mentioned you were going to have him at one end of your room in a dedicated spot.
I have it in a separate spot. I mean, these pictures make it look like it's like a 6-inch statue. It's
weird.
I don't mean a 6-inch statue. It's a big statue.
Yeah.
So anyway, congratulations to you. And then I did throw this in there too, like you showed at the beginning of the show. I love that you found this, and it's going to be a really cool proximity.
We'll see. I mean, if it doesn't work, like I said, I'm going to put it somewhere else or sell it. But for now, I wanted to jump on it because there weren't too many. I could only find like 1 and 2 for sale. So I jumped on it real quick because it looks pretty cool the way he's looking up.
It does.
It looks like he's looking up like saying, I created this. So I just jumped on it real quick. We'll see what happens.
Perfect.
How much did that run, if you don't mind me asking?
I know it retailed from my research for about $60 to $80. I paid $180 for it. So definitely paid double, but It's an
That's
old
not bad for as old as it is.
and you do not find a Riddler in any scale whatsoever, especially 1/6 with the classic costume like this. So
Which is freaking crazy.
yeah.
It's
Look at the color here. The purple and the green.
I mean, if Sideshow makes a premium format, I'm jumping on that hands down. I mean, I don't even have space for it, but I'll jump on it. I'll put it somewhere.
This was teased by XM today, the new Archangel. Did you guys see this one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is 1/6, right? Or 1/5.
Is it?
1/4, I think, isn't it?
No, it's not 1/4.
Oh, it's not 1/4?
I can't,
That would be
it's
a
not, I don't think it's
funny.
1/4.
Most of the other XM
I think they said
pieces were 1/4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people have been waiting for a 1/4 Archangel for forever.
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I saw it wrong. But I think it looks good.
That is a great looking piece.
It looks nice.
Yeah.
It would be odd if it's not 1/4.
Yeah,
It
I'm pretty sure it's 1/4.
Okay.
Great pose.
Yeah, everybody in the comments is saying 1/4,
Okay. Sorry, I stand corrected, guys.
including Archangel, who is
He would know.
Yep.
He's looking at himself right
It
there.
looks really cool.
Looks good.
Yeah.
This has started shipping from Diamond Select. The half scale bus. I think they both look really great.
super fun.
Yep.
Yeah, super fun. I'm hoping to review these soon. I just think they look great. Love it. Really love that Joker, especially.
Yeah.
So I threw these pictures in of the base of the Batman versus Bane, and I thought these were collector did some photos holding it. But whenever you actually see it like that, like, oh my god,
it looks like he just dug a meteor out of the ground.
yeah. Then look at the torso of Bane there. So it's just
Oh my god.
it's just crazy to see whenever somebody actually holds it up like that. Crazy.
Wow.
Junior Statue Collector posted a photo of it next to the 1/3 scale Wonder Woman. So just to give you guys an idea of size.
Great scale.
Yeah. I think it scales really nicely together. So we have the Game of Thrones piece here, again sculpted by Game of Thrones or K.A. Kim. And a lot of people made problems about this neck seam, and I kind of wondered at the time if this was movable, and it looks like it is because there is no neck seam in this photo. So I think just some of those initial photos were not that great. But what do you guys think of how she turned out?
I mean, it's hard to capture, likeness of an actress, but I think they did pretty good. As a huge Game of Thrones fan, I was almost tempted to buy this and put it somewhere, but it's actually pretty big. I watched like some type of unboxing, and the base is a nice size. I don't even know if I have room to put it somewhere.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah, it's got because you've got dragons and that throne and
Yeah, it's a massive piece. Massive piece.
I saw it in San Diego, and
Really?
it's very large. Yeah, I have a Blitzway video from San Diego 2019. And it's really nice. People were complaining at the time about the portrait, but I think K.A. Kim has improved it since then. But the dragons are fantastic. That dress is all fabric, and it's a lot of fabric. Depending on how you display it, you can display it like a wedding dress with kind of splayed out in front of her, or they've got it kind of wrapped around her legs, I think, in these pictures. It's a really large, impressive piece, no doubt about it.
So that's Blitzway in conjunction with Prime One Studio on that piece.
Yeah.
There's my child. Had to throw that in there. I'm really impressed with that piece. It's a lot of fun. I think everybody in the world has one now.
No. Hell no.
Oh, I love it. I threw this in some in-hand photos of Emma Frost. I think this is definitely contender for best female. The more I see it,
the other portrait looks beautiful with the blue lips and stuff.
Yeah, I love the chair.
Yeah. Forget the figure. The chair alone looks like realistic.
Yeah. It's awesome. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to skip by it so quick, but I just wanted to share those photos so they were really good. There's my Batsy Award right there. I had to throw that in here.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Really small edition size on that one.
Such great
Yeah.
texture.
I love it. These are some photos from EvanTube of his XM Iceman. And I threw in a couple of different collectors' photos because it's interesting to see how it looks in different light. But how do you think this one turned out, guys?
It's being it's one color. It's a little, you get a lot of the details get lost, but overall, I think it's pretty good.
I think the shading looks really good. I mean, it looks like it's really like ice crystal.
Yeah, the blue
to me
in there. I think it looks nice.
Yeah.
Those are from EvanTube there.
You would think
I just think you can really see that
a statue of this character might work good if it had a base, a light inside the base to shine up or something to make that
could be cool.
Stand out a little.
Yeah. So that's EvanTube with the darker light, and this is Jim's photo here. Kind of see a little difference. And then another collector here.
Yeah, it's a cool looking piece.
But yeah.
It's one of those things. It's like it's one solid color. So I mean, still cool.
Just have some photos to finish up. These are just some XM factory photos. I thought these were always fun to see. Of course, the new Joker. I always am fascinated by these photos.
Looks good.
All the Joker. Yeah, paint looks good. All the little pieces. Joker hair there.
Is that the samurai?
Yeah.
Okay.
Orochi. Pretty darn awesome. So that was a fun show, guys.
Yeah.
That was fun going over some of our picks. And again, I want to remind everybody they still have time to nominate. And again, we will have the final vote at the end of this month or early December, but I'll let everybody know. And again, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really excited to do that with you guys. That'll be a lot of fun.
For sure.
Absolutely.
A lot of fun. Well, anything else you guys want to discuss or say before we call it a night? We've gone 2 hours.
I think
we covered it.
It's Veterans Day tomorrow, I think. Happy Veterans Day, everybody.
Great Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to the veterans out there.
Absolutely. Yep. I do want to also just say make sure everybody's staying safe. Numbers continue to climb across the country, and make sure you're doing what you can to just be healthy and take care of yourself and your family. My thoughts are with all of you guys. So again, hit that like button if you would. That does help the channel out tremendously. Definitely check out Secret Sanctuary after this and check out that review of the Tweeterhead Batgirl. I'm going to definitely check that out tomorrow. Also, thanks again to Jeff Morris. He's going to be filming his review for us, and I'll try to have that on the channel as quickly as possible. Eric, thanks for joining us. Dan, thanks for joining us as well. And we'll see you guys all next time in the Batcave. Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Everybody.